Welcome back to the build. Today is door day, meaning we're going to go pick up our interior doors. We have 16 of them that we have ordered. They're all 3-panel shaker style doors, all wood, stain grade. So that's going to be an adventure. We're going to take both trucks, go down, pick them up, see if we can get them safely back up here, and get them kind of staged because we will be staining pretty soon. Want to get them inside, get them acclimated to the temperature so they're not swollen or any of that weirdness. Today's episode is sponsored by ButcherBox, and if you check out the link in the description and sign up, you can get a free pack of grill favorites to celebrate the start of grilling season. We'll talk about that a little later, and we're going to make a cool recipe.
But first, Jeremy asked me to come on to explain where I've been and what's been going on. So here I am.
A lot of people have been asking questions in the comments. Where's Jamie? And are you going to be doing gardening videos and all of that stuff? So I figured.
Quick Q&A.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Might as well just ask me. What have they been asking you? Where
have you been? Why aren't you in the videos?
Yes. Okay. So over the last year and a half, I've decided to take a step back from doing videos. I handed everything over to Jeremy to kind of do what he needs to do with the house and to kind of have creative control over the whole building project. And where have I been? Well, I decided to go back to school. So I started planning this last February, so it's been about a year since I've kind of been planning it. Started taking classes last summer. I've been taking prerequisites to get into a very competitive health science program, and I hope to hear by June 8th whether or not I actually made it into the program. But I've been taking some biology, chemistry, anatomy and physiology, math, so it's been kind of pretty intense for me trying to get all that stuff, get high grades in that so that I can get into the program. And so that's what I've been focusing on lately, that and just kind of taking care of house things.
Are we gardening, canning? A lot of our newer subscribers have come to us over the course of the past year, largely probably because of the COVID thing, and we had been creating a lot of prepper and canning and taking care of animals type of videos before we started the house build, so that's probably what drew them here. And now all we're doing is this house build, and people are wondering, are we canning, are we doing gardening, and what's going on with all that? So.
Yeah, when we first started this channel, the whole intent of the channel was to get into homesteading, to learn how to do it, and to track our progress along the way. So as we're learning how to do all these things, we're sharing with you guys our progress and what we're doing. And what we're doing right now is actually the house build. We have put homesteading completely on hold. We have no chickens, we have no livestock whatsoever. And last year we did do a big garden, but we're not doing that this year because we are focusing 100% on this house build. Or he's focusing 100% on this house build, I'm focusing 100% on school. And so we just don't have the time to be doing other things such as homesteading right now. Now, are we going to do that in the future? I don't know. A lot of things have changed since we've moved out here. We've just kind of been pretty responsive, I would say, rather than proactive about, more reactive than proactive about a lot of the things that are happening, just because, we had COVID that happened, and we have high prices of lumber, and we have contractors that we can't get out here. We ended up self-contracting ourselves, which is not something we planned on. This house was supposed to be built, ideally, when we moved out here. We had plans on this house being built within the first year, and we're about to hit year 4. Right. So this is taking a lot longer than we had anticipated. So are we going to get back into homesteading and canning, all that stuff? I'm not really sure, but I can say that if you do watch our older videos, I pretty much covered everything that I could possibly cover, and if I were to get back into animals again, it would be the same stuff over and over and over again. So I don't know if that content wouldn't be new content, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, and again, our focus right now is really trying to get this house across the finish line because, as she said, it's been challenge after challenge after challenge since we came out here, and we're trying to bring you guys along as we go and as we get things done. But
and as we evolve.
Yeah, a lot of things have changed, like she said. So
yeah.
We are not sure what the future holds for this channel or for us out here. All I know is that right now it's 100,000% this house, and stick with us if you want to watch how we're building this house and
what happens next.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, who knows what could happen next. I feel like there will be some aspects of homesteading, and there will be some property stuff because we have a lot of acreage that we have to take care of, and there'll be a lot of outdoorsy type things. And
definitely be some raised beds and
Yeah.
a greenhouse at some point in the future.
Right.
Whether or not we're getting back into livestock or not, we're not sure yet. So it really just depends on our time and our abilities. So.
right, I mean, doing this house really is 100% full time. Making content takes a lot of time. Her school has been taking all of her time, and because she's taken compressed classes that are like not a normal, with the COVID thing, everything's kind of remote, but they're all compressed into a shorter period of time. So it's a lot of focus, a lot of mental energy. So it's just, we've been going 1,000 miles an hour. It's just,
You don't see it.
you don't see it. What you see is time lapses of us doing all this stuff. So that's kind of it. That's where we're at, and that's what we're planning on doing for the foreseeable next few months. So hopefully that answers some questions. So now that you've finished your latest class, your latest difficult classes, and you're kind of in a break here, what have you been doing in the art world and
Yeah.
things like that?
So I just finished my spring semester, and I'm waiting to hear back as to whether or not I get into this health science program. And I have launched 2 new websites. The Guildbrook Art, I disbanded that whole website, and I created 2 new websites instead because things were getting a little bit confusing. I started off with pet portraits, which I really love doing, and then I wanted to get into landscape art, and then I started mixing that together on one website, and it just was kind of a train wreck. So I've created 2 new websites. I have Appalachian Fine Art for my landscape art, and then I also have Realistic Pet Art for my pet portraits. I am currently doing commissions for pet portraits. I'm only doing 8x10s and smaller right now because all of my art supplies are currently down in the studio, which is downstairs right now, and it's under construction, and I only have a little bit of supplies with me down in the trailer, and there's not much room down there, so I'm only able to do small things, and plus I don't know what's coming. I'm still currently taking classes. I'm actually taking a sign language class right now, and then I'm taking another class in the summer, which is supposed to start June 2nd, so this is kind of ongoing. My spring semester's over, but I'm jumping right into some other things, so in between all this, I am taking commissions, but only small ones. But you can check out those sites if you're interested in just kind of seeing what I have going on, or if you're interested in pet portraits or anything like that. I am selling also my landscape art as I do them, whenever I have time to do them. But I'm also on Instagram too, and that's Appalachian Fine Art and Realistic Pet Art, and we're going to leave all that in the description below. If you have any.
So this studio in the basement is under construction. It's pretty big, and it should accommodate all of the stuff she needs to be able to produce bigger pieces once we're all moved in and get all that established. Like I said, everything right now is just chaotic and in limbo as we work on this house. I think the last question was, what's up with the hair?
Oh my God, who knew that my hair would cause so much drama, so much conspiracy theory around my hair? Like, are you sick? Do you have cancer? Thankfully not. Are you transgender? I'm still a she, her. And what was the other one? Have I gone all Britney Spears? And the answer is no. I haven't quite lost my mind yet, although there are some days. No. I cut off my hair because I am done dyeing it, and some people like to grow out that line, and I'm just a little bit more extreme. I cut it all off and figured it'll grow back.
I mean, she used to have a mohawk.
I did. I used to have a...
She's had pink hair, she's had blue hair, she's had purple hair. It's hair.
I'm a bit crazy when it comes to hair. Maybe that's insanity. I don't know. I call it fun, but anyway, that's what's up with the hair. I'm growing in my tinsel.
I think it looks cool.
Thanks.
You look like an anime character sometimes. Were there any other questions?
I don't know. You're the one getting them all.
That you can think of that I've been...
I'm pretty much not really involved with the channel anymore. So anybody, I hop on like once in a blue moon to check comments or something, but usually he's on there. He's on the Instagram page. So he's the guy for the channel. Yeah, when he has time. So.
All right. Well.
But I'm still here.
If you have any other questions, leave them in the comments and we'll get to them in a future episode. We're not going to do a full dedicated dirt episode for a while until we kind of sit down and are able to breathe a little bit, but we will do one probably about all this, what would you do different types things. So, okay.
Doors. We got to go get doors.
Yeah. We're going to go get doors and we'll be right back. Oh wait, but first we're gonna make some epic meatball subs for lunch, thanks to ButcherBox. If you don't know, ButcherBox is a monthly subscription box for high-quality meat. 100% grass-fed beef, free-range organic chicken, humanely raised pork, and wild-caught seafood. So we got the custom box this time with 6 ButcherBox cuts. It included 1 pound of ground bison, 1 of ground Italian sausage, a package of boneless pork chops, boneless skinless chicken breast, package of New York strip, and a package of filet mignon. I wanted to try a new spin on the classic Italian meatball sub that includes bison meat, which is very lean and high in protein. All the ingredients and recipe are listed in the video description below. Just add milk to breadcrumbs to soften them for a few minutes, then add everything to a bowl. First, a pound of ground Italian sausage, a pound of ground bison, a couple farm fresh eggs, garlic, salt, basil, oregano, crushed red pepper flakes, and a couple tablespoons of grated Parmesan cheese. Now you just mix everything thoroughly by hand. We like to use a baking sheet lined with parchment paper before rolling out the meatballs and placing them onto the pan. We had to make these in 3 batches of 16 meatballs because our current kitchen and oven is really tiny, but it works just fine. Just bake them in the oven, preheated to 425 for about 20 minutes until brown. Make sure to turn them at about the 10-minute mark. Put marinara in the bottom of a slow cooker or a crock pot. Add your cooked meatballs and top with more marinara. Cook it on high for a couple hours or until it's heated through. When you're ready to serve, season it with salt and pepper. Serve hot on a sub roll with a layer of provolone cheese, basil, or grated Parmesan cheese topping. These are epic meatball subs. So there you go, lunch break's over and the meatballs turned out excellent. If you're making meatballs for subs, make them small enough to fit on a sub roll, or if you're making them for spaghetti, make them as big as you want. So give it a try. Sign up using the link in the description below during the month of May and celebrate the beginning of grill season with a free bundle of grill favorites, free in your first box. That's 2 New York strip steaks, 6 burgers, 5 pounds of drumsticks for free in your first box. Now back to work. Had to be 3-foot wide doors, right? Well. All right, so we got all the singles in and the doubles are still in the truck. Heavy, heavy. So I'm gonna have to get some help with those. So let's see, I got 2 closet doors, bifolds. The big one for the master closet. There was going to be a pocket hole door. And what's that other set? Oh, laundry room. That was a little difficult. I have 2 more of these. They have to go upstairs in the closet. And one that's a foot bigger has to go in that bedroom. Maybe I'll actually get to use this after all. I'll try and get that other 5-footer in here. Gotta get creative, man. So I just about got everything unloaded, and 2 mistakes, which I knew about, one of them. This is going to be the pantry. It's supposed to be a 3/0 by hinge, so 3 feet wide, but 2 doors that open outward, and we did not get that one. And this is a 6/0 by hinge, 6 feet wide. I thought it looked awfully large when I was getting it, but I had forgotten what the exact rough opening is for this closet. And I made it the same as all the other closets. So that should be a 5/0, meaning 5 foot wide, 2 doors by hinge. So that bad boy has to go back. And I need a 5/0 and a 3/0 by hinge. So I guess that'll be on order. Should be a couple weeks. But in the meantime, I can work on these ones. Oil rubbed bronze hinges and hardware. This will be stained, like I said, sort of a walnut color, but I can't really do that yet until we get our island cabinets in here, because that's going to be a wood stained walnut color, and we want the trim in the doors to match that, and I don't want to mess with it until we actually have it here and we can match it. The kitchen cabinets will be like an antique white, island will be walnut, all the other trim will be walnut. I say walnut, it's just going to be dark wood. And by the time that happens, these should be acclimated. If they're going to shrink or swell or do whatever they're going to do, they should be stable, so we can then start staining. And just trying to, everything will come together sort of all at once, getting the outlets wired up. I've already done like 50 of them. Going to work on switches next and try and have all the fixtures done as much as possible, so when they come and turn on the power, we can turn up the air conditioning right about as summer hits. That's my goal. So that's going to do it for this one. We appreciate you watching. We'll see you in the next one.